administration has changed its stance on a long-standing policy.
UNT faculty slam university for removing references to race and equity in course names.
This Thanksgiving, you can give back to our local businesses.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Lucy Ritchie.
And I'm Madeline McCrory. The Biden administration has changed its stance on what had been a long-standing policy. According to two U.S. officials, the Biden administration has approved sending anti-personnel mines to Ukraine. The major policy shift comes days after the U.S. gave Ukraine permission to fire long-range U.S. missiles at targets in Russia. The U.S. intends for Kyiv to use the anti-personnel mines in the eastern part of the country. That's where Russian troops have made slow and steady progress against Ukrainian defense lines. The U.S. is expecting Ukraine to use the explosives within its territory and not as an offensive capability in Russia. The U.S. has also sought assurances that Ukraine will try to limit the risk to civilians from the mines.
It's been 8 weeks since Hurricanes Helene and Milton ravaged the southeast. Today, President Joe Biden announced a $100 billion disaster relief package for those impacted by the double storms. With more on the proposed bill, we take you to CNN's Laura Aguirre.
We're going to do everything we can to help you pick back up the pieces and get back to where you were.
President Joe Biden last month sending reassurance to thousands of storm victims across the hurricane-ravaged southeast. Now he's asking Congress for roughly $100 billion to back that up, and $40 billion of that would go to FEMA, double the amount Congress budgeted for the agency this year, according to a Congressional Research Service report. This year's active and powerful Atlantic hurricane season, including storms Helene and Milton, along with the deadly wildfires out west, drained the agency's budget. Its administrator on Capitol Hill today, testifying before a House subcommittee on the agency's disaster response.
Our workforce persevered through all of the challenges, and they also persevered through a difficult security environment generated by misinformation about FEMA's work spread through social media.
Two House members who could ultimately vote on the president's request offered differing views on FEMA's performance.
I'm grateful for the federal resources and personnel that were surged into the region, including Administrator Criswell being there a couple of times.
The people of Western North Carolina are tired. The grief that they're experiencing is compounded by bureaucratic missteps, delays, and poor communication.
When and how congressional leaders move on the nearly $100 billion is uncertain. They could address it as a standalone bill or tuck it into the end-of-year spending package. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The House Committee on Oversight and Accountability held a hearing to review the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA's, focus on the agency's efficiency in using taxpayer dollars and its response to recent storms, including Hurricanes Helene and Milton.
In the wake of Hurricane Milton, at least one FEMA official engaged in political discrimination against supporters of President Trump. This official ordered employees to discriminate against vulnerable Americans affected by a hurricane when they needed assistance the most.
In the hearing, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell was questioned about the agency's efforts to assist affected Americans. Concerns were raised about political bias within FEMA, particularly following reports of political discrimination by a FEMA official against Trump supporters. The committee emphasized the need for accountability and plans to work with the incoming Trump administration to address poor performance and rogue federal employees.
When I checked the weather this morning, I knew it was going to be cold, but the chill I got walking in this morning was insane.
That is so true. Let's toss it over to our weather anchor, Faith Webster, to check out our first look weather. Faith?
Yeah, guys, I definitely felt like a superstar this morning with all the wind in my hair. It was awesome. Our current temperatures are going to be 60 degrees, and it's going to feel like 58 today, but our wind is going to be 16 miles per hour, and that's what's giving us that slight wind chill. Moving on to tonight, we are going to keep that wind. It is going to come down a little bit to 12 miles per hour, but it's going to drop our temperatures at 53, feeling like 51 today. Moving on to tomorrow, we are going to see an increase in temperature at 68 degrees, and it's going to feel like 69, with our wind coming down just a little bit at 15 miles per hour. Moving on into the week, we do see a slight chance of rain later on, but I'll talk more about that later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. Europe may soon see an influx of American Democrats who are unhappy about the results of the presidential election. Interest in so-called golden visas has skyrocketed almost 400% among U.S. citizens since Donald Trump was elected for his second term. These golden visas allow people to gain foreign citizenship or residence through investments in real estate, government bonds, or startup companies. Many American expats who pursue citizenship by investment typically don't plan on relocating permanently. They just like to have the option of living elsewhere.
Liam Payne was laid to rest this morning as friends, family, and former band members gathered for his funeral in Amersham, England. The One Direction member died on October 16th at 31 years old after falling from the third story of a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The country's public prosecutor's office said that Payne had alcohol, cocaine, and a prescription antidepressant in his system. 3 people are facing charges in connection with his death. Just outside of his hometown, Payne's parents, 2 sisters, son, and girlfriend attended the funeral. Also in attendance were One Direction bandmates Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, and Zayn Malik. Simon Cowell, who put the band together, was also there to mourn their loss. Liam Payne had a quiet, private funeral, and our hearts go out to his loved ones.
Coming up, UNT facing backlash from its faculty.
In ways you can make Thanksgiving easier this year. Stay with us.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have 2 traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants.
I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
Are you tired of seeing the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find a Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My Study Abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your Study Abroad program from UNT, you're going to go through pre-departure orientation and modules so that you are prepared.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our Study Abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
The University of North Texas is making changes to the language used in titles of courses and in course descriptions due to the new bill, SB 17, which eliminated DEI efforts in state universities. One educational leadership class used to be called Race, Class, and Gender Issues in Education, and it's now being changed to Critical Inquiry in Education. Faculty believed all the reviews and changes to the syllabuses and courses are in overcompliance to the law, which does not call for such adjustments. Professor and Director of Graduate Studies of Philosophy at UNT, Adam Briggle, believes this is a slippery slope, saying, quote, "This could just become a total violation of academic freedoms."
The new Twitter is here, and this is how many people are joining it. Blue Sky is a new, decentralized social app, meaning it is not controlled by a single company and is an open source framework where people outside of the company have transparency on how the app is built and what is being developed. Much different from the operations of now privately owned X. Following this year's election of Donald Trump, as well as recent terms of service update on X, the app has gained substantial popularity. Now, Blue Sky was originally created as a project by Twitter's former CEO, Jack Dorsey, in 2019. However, he has completely cut ties with both companies since then. Prior to his departure from Blue Sky, Dorsey appointed Jay Grabber as Blue Sky's CEO. Major companies and celebrities such as Mark Cuban and Taylor Swift have made this switch over to Blue Sky. And because of the similarities, users were quick to combine the words sky and tweet to create the term skeet for anything they may say on Blue Sky, despite the company's efforts to call them posts. Currently, Blue Sky is made up of 20 full-time employees and over 20 million users. And as you can see, that number is quickly growing. I'm sure many people are happy to see the bluebird reincarnated as a blue butterfly.
The temperature's falling finally to match the season.
And just in time for Thanksgiving. Let's go over to our weather anchor, Faith Webster, to see if these temps are here to stay. Faith?
Yeah, we are seeing some amazing temperatures for Thanksgiving coming right around the corner. We are going to see mid-60s throughout our central Texas today, and going to see 64 in Dallas with our 61 and mids. Our lows today are going to be 59 in Bowie and 59 in Graham. Looking out across the state of Texas, we are going to see some lower temperatures up towards the north at 57 in Amarillo and 63 in El Paso, and they are in an extreme fog warning. So if you're in El Paso, just be a little safer today driving around. We are going to see some very high 60s in Houston at 69. And moving on to our 7-day forecast, we are going to see some temperatures just like that today. We are going to see Thursday and Friday up in our mid and high 60s with that low at 37 and 41. Moving on into our weekend, we are going to see some chance of clouds, but no rain just yet. Monday, we are going to have a 6% chance of rain, so nothing to worry about with those temperatures rising. And Tuesday, they are just going to fall with that rain chance. And our low is 455 degrees. That is not a low. That seems quite like a high to me. It's supposed to say 45 degrees, I fear. And on Wednesday, we're going to bring it back up to 62 degrees, but nothing to worry about. You guys have an amazing week, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. A turkey is the face of Thanksgiving. And Snoopy and SpongeBob? That's right. The traditional Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, streamed every year, is just around the corner. CNN's Anthony Carlo has a preview of what we can expect this year at the parade.
To be iconic is to be larger than life.
What we're trying to do is make the parade bigger and better than ever each year.
To be in charge of these massive floats, you have to know what the people are talking about. And that means spending more than 100 hours to bring Wednesday Addams to life.
We worked with our friends at Netflix to tell Wednesday's story of the parade, and what she's doing is playing a little joke on her little brother Pugsley and sending him down the route on a sheet pan of rotten vegetables.
7 of the more than 20 floats are new and will debut on the parade route this year. Minnie Mouse dances atop Magic Meets the Seas by Disney Cruise Line.
This float is going to feature a performance by Captain Minnie and a bunch of her friends from Disney.
On the Bronx Zoo's float, each animal is designed to be life-size. Those who've kicked it all into gear, everyone from engineers to carpenters, working for months in this warehouse leading up to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Creative director Brendan Kennedy wants to leave a mark with each float.
We're looking to tell a fun, family-friendly, festive story easily and quickly, because we only have a few moments. You know, they're shuffling down the road.
The attention to detail is something. For example, this Rayo's Pasta Night float, if you take a look around the float, you'll see a menacing dragon. Look a little closer. You'll notice its claws are designed to look like macaroni.
We created a story of a knight fighting a fire-breathing dragon that's made out of lasagna and pasta, and he's riding a rigatoni pony. And it's those attention to detail that I think are so important and what really make the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade so special.
So special, they're already working on next year's floats.
So Lucy, how are you celebrating Thanksgiving this year?
I'm going home for the holidays and I'm going to enjoy my dad's famous Thanksgiving feast.
That sounds wonderful. I am looking forward to a good meal around this area.
Well, perfect, because our segment anchor, Faith Webster, has some Denton-style suppers you might like to try. Faith?
That's right. Denton is cooking up all sorts of options to take home to the table on Thanksgiving this year. For ingredients, you can head to the Denton Community Market or Argyle Farmers Market to get fresh and local turkey tokens for the table. For sizzling sides and smoking turkey, you can go on over to Marty B's in Bartonville offering pickup. I personally can't handle the cooking, cleaning, and cramming of the holiday season, so instead of staying in, it's time to dine in at local Queenie's and Hannah's Off the Square with reservations in advance. The true reason for the season award in my book is definitely going to Mr. Chopsticks, handing out free meals on Thanksgiving Day from noon to 2 p.m. for those in need. Their feast will include chicken fried rice and vegetable fried rice. The holidays did really sneak up on me, and I am definitely going to have to put a raise on my Christmas list this year. For Thanksgiving, though, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation's annual Thanksgiving survey, the price of this holiday dinner will be less costly. For 10 people this Thanksgiving, it will average around $58, which is a 5% drop from the 2023 season. This drop is caused by the average 16-pound turkey only being around $25. Hey, that's gravy, baby. Sounds to me like I've got to trot to that Denton Community Market and pluck some supplies. That's all from me, and back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. The UVC has Christmas events coming up for all UNT students.
And the Seasons of Lights is here, and we have a few spots for you to check out. Stay with us. The Season of Lights is here, and North Texas is showcasing one of my favorite spots. ntTV's Cynthia Mendoza headed over to the Astra Lumina to check out this anything but ordinary light show.
Welcome, travelers. Astra Lumina has an illuminating experience for you. Walk amongst the stars.
When I showed up to Astra Lumina, I had no idea what to expect, but I can confidently say this light show shines brighter than most.
I'm here at Astra Lumina, where I get the chance to experience an amazing night walk amongst the stars.
So I am in charge of all of the live show technology, which is your lights, lasers, audio, fog, if it's video, anything audio and visual is under me.
Located in the Trinity Forest Adventure Park in Dallas, this mile-long trail has 9 different light show installments that include lasers, smoke, projectors, and surround sound music, immersing you into a beaming adventure. This is the first time Astra Lumina visits Dallas, but they are already making an impression.
I really love Stardust Rays, all the lasers. We have a lot of proposals that actually happen there. I also really love Falling Stars. It's kind of this round when the stars are crashing to the earth. It's just a really amazing moment.
I recommend grabbing a snack, a drink, or a picture before heading into this self-paced adventure. And here's just one tip Sean gave us to enjoy the trail just a little bit more.
I guess to keep an open-minded of how we view everything. Be creative, look for the magic in things.
Astrolumina will be open for 4 months and is selling tickets through November and December. I hope you get to be a part of that magic. With North Texas Television, I'm Cynthia Mendoza.
If you're not able to travel out to Dallas, then I know where we can get a light show right here at UNT.
And our live shot anchor Lillian Kosh has the story. Lillian?
Thanks, guys. Yes, if you are looking for a light show to brighten up your holiday spirits, UNT is keeping the tradition alive, lighting the Union Orb tree later tonight. The ceremony starts at 6:15 tonight, and people that attend will get refreshments. But that's not the only way UNT is celebrating the holiday season. Right over at the Library Mall, Holiday Market Day is underway. You can get all of your holiday shopping done with vendors participating in the one-day-only market. Shopping will be located all throughout the Library Mall and the second floor of the Union, so go ahead and get on in there. It will close at 6 p.m. tonight, but like I said, the tree lighting will start right after that to continue your holiday celebration. So I hope to see you guys out here tonight. That's all I have. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Lillian. Did you catch that Mavs game last night, Lucy?
I did not, but I heard they smoked the other team like a Thanksgiving turkey.
They sure did. Our sports anchor, Kendall Keaton, has more on that. Kendall?
Thanks, guys. I have the latest recap on the Dallas Mavericks game from last night, plus some Mean Green sports action and who the Stars are set to play next after their heartbreaking loss Monday night after the break.
Man, I have all these non-perishable food items and I don't know what to do with them.
I don't have any food at all.
Do you have too many non-perishable goods?
Yeah.
Have you run out of food and can't get any more?
Yeah.
Well, don't have a cow? Head on down to the UNT Food Pantry. Located behind Crumley Hall and Diamond Eagle Student Resource Center, the Food Pantry is the place for UNT students to get all the food they need. You'll be utterly surprised by all the options they have there. From gluten-free to lactose intolerant, even vegan and vegetarian, they have it all. Go to studentaffairs.unt.edu/food pantry for more information.
Move on down to the UNT Food Pantry.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
The Dallas Mavericks made a statement last night, dismantling the New Orleans Pelicans in a 132-91 blowout at the American Airlines Center. Luka returned from injury, leading the charge with 26 points, scoring 10 from 16 from the field goal shooting, while Klay Thompson added 19 points, sinking 5 threes. The Mavericks dominated from start to finish, outscoring the Pelicans by 15 in the first quarter and never looking back. Dallas piled on with 34 points in the third quarter, showcasing their offensive depth. New Orleans struggled to keep pace despite 19 points from Trey Murphy and 17 from Brandon Ingram. With this win, the Mavs improved to 8-7, while the Pelicans fall to 4-11, continuing their struggle on the road. The Mavs are set to take on the Nuggets on the road on November 22nd at 9 p.m., so be sure to tune in. The UNT basketball is back with a new roster, and they are ready to make some noise in the American Conference this season. ntTV's Christian Bursich had the opportunity to attend a team practice and find out this team has been working on going on into the season. The UNT men's basketball team are currently 3-1, and they are set to play Texas Wesleyan tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Super Pit. And be sure to also go and support your UNT women's basketball team, as they are also 3-1 and is set to take on the Northwestern Lady Demons tonight at 6 p.m. in the Super Pit. It was a tough night for the Dallas Stars as they fell to the Anaheim Ducks 4-2 in front of their home crowd. Despite a strong effort, turnovers and missed opportunities ultimately cost them. Troy Terry led the Ducks with 2 goals, including the go-ahead score in the second period that shifted the momentum in Anaheim's favor. Matt and Issa found the back of the net for the Stars, but couldn't capitalize on key scoring chances late in the game. Dallas struggled to match Anaheim's pace in the second period, and defensive breakdowns allowed the Ducks to pull away, resulting in a Dallas loss, kicking them down to 11-6. They now sit third in the Central Division. The Stars will need to regroup quickly because they have another game tonight. The Stars will prepare to take down the San Jose Sharks. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kendall. A turkey in Maryland will live another day after he was pardoned from becoming part of Thanksgiving dinner. A group of elementary school students in Baltimore led the charge to save Ted. At Dallas F. Nicholas Senior Elementary School, students rallied to save Ted the turkey from the Thanksgiving dinner table. They presented facts, signed petitions, and even convinced Mayor Brandon Scott to join their cause. After lively arguments from 5th graders, Dr. Sonia Santelises and the mayor decided to pardon Ted, declaring, "You are hereby pardoned and saved from Thanksgiving." Cheers erupted as Ted got another chance to live free, frolicking around without fear. Thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.